combustion engine is not exactly dead. Although improvements in technology are slowly getting rid of traditional cars, only around 2% of vehicles manufactured in the world are electric. This figure is slightly higher depending on the country. Around 7% of the vehicles in the UK are electric and a staggering 22% in China. The world uses approximately 28 million barrels of gasoline per day, which is a very strange unit of measurement. How big is a barrel? In the context of oil, apparently one barrel is about 160 litres. That's enough to cover the same surface area as roughly 9 Teslas. Although traditional engines are being phased out, it is nice to know they're getting more efficient with time. Average MPG has slowly been increasing, although not much in more recent years. But at the same time, the efficiency of lithium-ion batteries is greatly improving. There is significant price volatility in battery materials. Cathodes are typically one of the most expensive parts of a battery. The dominant type in EV batteries today is NMC. Nickel manganese cobalt. An alternative cathode material is lithium iron phosphate, LFP, a low-cost cathode material sometimes used for lithium-ion batteries. Recent improvements in LFP chemistry and manufacturing have helped boost the performance of these batteries, and companies are moving to adopt the technology. Tesla is already using the LFP batteries in vehicles. So the EU has told everyone that by 2035 they're getting rid of all combustion car engines. Most car companies have announced they will stop making these engines by 2030. Jaguar are optimistically aiming for 2025. Not all car manufacturers are running straight to EVs though. Some are attempting to use hydrogen. Hydrogen engines use fuel cells. Inside these are anodes and cathodes. The hydrogen gas goes into the anode, and at the same time oxygen from the air goes into the cathode. The hydrogen atoms give up their electrons at the anode, which flow through and go on to power the car's motors. Problem is, hydrogen is quite difficult to handle. For it to be in its liquid state, it needs to be at minus 253 degrees Celsius. In its gaseous state, it has a relatively low volumetric energy density, meaning to be usable, it needs to be highly compressed. The current pipelines we use for methane and natural gas aren't suitable to transport it. Currently, the way we produce most of our hydrogen isn't exactly ideal. For every 1 kilogram of hydrogen we make, we produce around 10 kilograms of CO2. A common way to produce hydrogen is through electrolysis, which is the process of splitting water into oxygen and hydrogen using electricity. If this power came from renewable resources, it overcomes these issues. There is a common theme recently of rolling out taxi fleets being fully powered by hydrogen. France recently passed a law making it mandatory to renew fleets of more than 100 units with a quota of low-emission vehicles, hence the perfect use case. Performance-wise, these taxis can compete with combustion engines as they can go roughly 500 kilometers before needing a refill, which only takes 5 minutes. A completely new battery technology that is being proposed is the iron-air battery. To explain how this works, whilst discharging, the battery breathes in oxygen from the air, converting iron metal to rust. The application of an electrical current converts the rust back to iron, and the battery breathes out oxygen. Apparently, this type of energy storage will be significantly cheaper than traditional lithium ion, although I'm not sure this technology will be really used in vehicles, considering each individual battery module is about the size of a side-by-side washer-dryer set. Even with all this technology advancement, combustion engines will be here to stay, at least for a while.